There was one last trick with getting my bishop on the diagonal with this queen and king, but I needed the pawn out of the way to get my bishop to that position. Okay, we got a Sicilian. I'm playing an e6 Sicilian. If he goes with the normal line, I'll go to a con setup with the queen here. This c5 is not the best response to the con Sicilian. I guess because you always have d5 in these positions. But let's go ahead and do this. And the queen plus the knight here prevents this pawn from coming forward. Looks like he's trying to go for a Maroczy bind kind of setup. I could pin the knight. And get castled. He can take my bishop. It's defended, I mean, but I should not probably give up my bishop so easily, yeah. Now, let's see if we can do something with the knight. Yeah, he's not going to give me any time to do anything tricky, so I'm going to just get castled and push my central pawns here. 1, 2. d5 or d6? I guess d6 is the thing I have to do. I want to play e5 and open up a line for the bishop. That will open up this square for his knight, so I'll have to trade it off, I guess. Well, there's another way to play this. I guess I could go with b6 and bishop here. That's an idea. So Cheetah, if you're in chat, the 10 and 10 is a little bit too slow a time control. You have to play like a 5-3 or something. If you want to play me while I'm streaming. Yeah, I was just about to consider this move. Okay, now I need to get my queen out of this particular position here. Let's bring it over here. There were various tricks here, like playing here. His knight chops in here. I take. He takes back with a pawn, and my knight is pinned. I lose a whole piece there. Yeah, that's not so great either, is it? Wasn't expecting that. So what is he going to do here? And what am I going to do? Well, let's get his knight out of his bishop out of that square. Mr. Herbert Walker Bush playing a good game. Probably going to bring my knight here, try and chase this guy away. Ended up in a position which is too cramped. So I went with that one. I like that. So I can put the knight back here and I can push this guy. Yeah, he wants to pawn storm me. Says king, that's safe. Let's see, the sacrifice here yields, it's not a check. Never mind. His bishop is guarding the check, huh? Okay, let's go ahead and push this one here anyway. Queen is looking to come in here or here. Maybe I can penetrate with my queen on the queen side here. Okay, he's looking to, yeah, mess up my pawns here with that. This is not pinned, though, so I can move it. He's going to put his rook here. Let's see what he's doing about all these other things he's got going on. I can still hop in here with the queen. That might be a good move. Probably just come back and defend. But he defends instead, and he left this pawn hanging. Is it possible to take this? I think his position falls apart if I can clear up these pawns in the center. That's a move I planned in advance. Okay, he wants to go after this guy. And he resigned. Thank you. I don't know if it was all that clear. Let's ask the chess engine what it thought of this position. Yeah, it's an even position where he resigned. He has a lot of pressure here. So the way to draw this is to, or to play on, is to play here. And yeah, it's just even. I have to come back and defend. Although I don't see the immediate threat, but I'm sure there's something. Maybe the bishop here, taking advantage of the pin. F4, rook here. Yeah, he just probably resigned because he was low on time more than anything. Anyway, it's a win. I will take it. I needed that win. Let's see if we can get another game here. Back to e4, I guess. Another Ruy Lopez. The Berlin defense. Here, I'll just defend the center and not go for the Berlin end game with all the pieces traded off. No fun at all. It's not all the pieces traded off, but the queen's traded off, and then you have the endgame, a complicated endgame with lots of pieces. Difficult to play. Let's see if I do that, he can hop his knight in here. Let's go ahead and stop that. Going to do the usual knight journey over to the king side. Maybe get a piece on the f5 square in the long run. Preparing to push in the center. He's bringing his knight over to the king side too. A good preventative measure. I can't argue with that. See now, d4, he takes, I take, and the bishop has to move, and this is defended. Knight and rook versus knight and rook and bishop. So I can get in d5 now, d4. Now, yeah, there's 3 defenders and 3 attackers because he got the bishop there. I can't always just push. Need to find a square for my dark squared bishop. Okay, yeah, he's looking to do something with this queen. Maybe put it on this diagonal. Ah, so he goes for this. I think I will push. Dislodges knight. Knight has to go to h7. I don't see any other square. And I could take this knight off and double his pawns over on the king side, but it would open up the f-file. Gives me a passer, though. Passed pawn could become very valuable in the long run. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Then I'll probably have to bring this bishop back into the game somehow. Immediately targeting the weak pawn. And the knight can also participate. He can drop the knight back to defend. And he does. Yeah, so I was wondering, maybe f4, f5 is an idea here. I think I can play f4 at least. Probably should activate my other rook before I do too much here. Let's bring that out. If he takes, I take with the bishop. It's okay. Do I have to watch out for this diagonal towards my king? Yeah, but he's now blockaded that. Well, no, I've got it closed. He hasn't done anything yet. He should take with the yeah, with the b pawn. I could consider putting a rook here, right, and trying to exploit those guys. So I need to drop back somehow. Maybe put the bishop here, rook here. Maybe get the king off the diagonal. I've trapped. I trapped my knight. So pawn up. He goes pawn up, and the knight has. Well, I can go here. Well, with pawn up, he can't do pawn up because I'm hitting the queen. So let's save the knight this way. And then there is a pin here, so this is kind of loose, but the rook is behind it. You can push here, but I can take as long as the queen is here. But I think, yeah, I was about to put my queen there to go after this guy. Okay, so how can I do this? I could do knight here. Hitting the bishop and the rook. I could put my bishop here first. Just thinking taking this knight out might be good. So I went there. I can move my knight with the check. But the queen can take it. So I think knight here is the move. You can trade queens, but he's defended against that. So how about bishop here? He's simplifying. Okay. Think I got him. All right. Well, that was nice. Let's get another game. Well, a lot of short games in this one, I guess. Yeah, let's try the French again. That was not a good workout in the French. Oh, here's someone who hates the French. Hates it so much that they're willing to get this position. You know, almost anywhere the queen goes, it gets in the way of the pieces. So let's get my pieces out first. Although there may have been some clever place to put the queen, I don't know. Okay, we're going to kick that bishop. Yeah, I was thinking I would keep kicking. This is one of those cases where getting the knight here is pretty good, right? Attacking this pinned piece. Maybe worth a little discomfort around my king side. Okay. Yeah, it's getting a little dicey here. I see. He gets 2 pieces for the rook. And he's going to take this pawn next. Let's go ahead and get castled. I'm not quite sure where to put the queen. His knight is going to hop into e5. Maybe here. Didn't want to go directly to this square because he could put a rook there, make it difficult for me to play here. Yeah, he's still going to do that. Go in here. Let's see. He attacks my rook. Yeah, still doesn't work, huh? But now his bishop is there, so I can put my queen here, which I couldn't do before. Okay, here we go. This is what I wanted to get. Now, if the knight moves to attack something, I take the bishop. Oh, the knight is actually pinned there. I take... No, the rook. I can take the bishop or the knight if the knight moves, I think. Because the squares that defend the bishop are here, and both those squares I can take with the queen. And the knight goes anywhere else, I can take the bishop, and then if he takes a rook, I'll take back. Should be okay. And he has to do something about his undefended bishop now, which doesn't have moves. Yeah, maybe this is okay. If I get rid of that dark squared bishop, then his his remaining two pieces aren't so well easily coordinated. And I'll be up the exchange too. So it all depends on how much he can extract from me in exchange for that bishop. Yeah, he just gets a pawn for the bishop. Threatening pawn here Oh, no, no. I was forgetting. I was forgetting his rook is defended by the queen. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's got a pawn for the exchange. I go here. He takes, I'll take with check, and then take back. Thought he would take with the knight, so that he gets this pawn. So this defends. If he plays queen takes, I'll exchange and then mate him. So if he plays knight takes, he can play knight takes. See, there's no check, so I go here. If the queen takes, then I mate him. So let's get rid of that pawn there. He went back to defend. So let's watch out for tricks. He's got a check there. And then I think I'm okay after the check. Just step up. So he goes there. Now let's defend everything. Threaten this check. He eventually runs out of checks, right? He has no check from this position. And there's a pretty severe threat here. And I can also just start pushing this pawn, right? I forgot that he could just check me there too. There, I'm just defending against the checks here at this point. Hate to lose this after getting such a good position. That seems like a pretty good threat too. Oh, yeah, he's always got a little something. Yeah, the queen. The queen defends this guy. This king can't get off the back rank. So his queen, the queen can go here and there'll be a trade. I think that's the only move is queen there. Wonder if even that works. I do check. He has to take it. And I get a, queen versus a knight. I should be able to win that. Okay, yeah, he's pausing to think now. He went there with the knight. That doesn't work at all. Oh, he can block with the knight. I see. Can start giving checks. No, there's no check. Yeah, it's pretty clever. Pretty clever defense. Okay, let's attack the pinned knight. And I won. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was no way out. Yeah, let's quick take a look at the analysis board. Back up. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. It's winning -5. His best move is queen a6. Okay, because this he can sacrifice the queen, but that's winning just materially. So yeah, it was just winning from here. This was the move he found was pretty clever. But rook b1 check is the right answer. He blocks. Yeah, it's a mate in 10 from here. Pushing the pawn was not the right answer. The right answer here was queen c6. Ah, I can directly attack the pinned piece, whereas the pawn push was 2 steps away. So after the pawn push, he could have played queen c3, defending, and then the game continues. Although I'm winning, -5. So pretty good advantage, and win if I don't mess up. I wonder if I could even just take here. No, that's a draw. I mean, because he gets the checks, he can get a. It would win with this pawn if my king were position were a little safer. But the fact that their checks are there means I can't play that. So I have to play around with my queen a little bit. Get away from the check. Okay, so yeah, there's a whole bunch of maneuvering going on here. Yeah, I don't know why it did that. And then at this point, it finally gives up and takes the pawn. I guess because there's no checks. Anyway, crazy maneuvering. I don't understand what that was all about. But anyway, I wanted to thank everybody for stopping by and saying, check it out, this stream. I think that's it for this stream. Remember to follow me to get notifications for when I am streaming. I stream Sundays, I stream chess on about this time of day. And about the same time of day on Tuesday, I stream Go if you're interested in that. And hope to see you all around. Bye now.